David, am I right in saying you are the largest family-run and owned supplier of chilies in the Southern Hemisphere?
Yep. Yeah, by default, we got there, yeah. After 25 years of playing around with them, that's where we are now, yeah. Food is something that has always excited me. My parents had cane farm, and that's probably the start of it. I started growing vegetables, all the standard vegetables, your capsicums, zucchinis, corn, beans, but it didn't excite me because it was just basic.
Not enough spice.
Not enough spice caught me, no. A partner of mine, Jimmy Lyons, and I went over to America 28 years ago and said, let's look at something else. We've seen that chilies over there were growing at 30% a year. Over here, no one even knew the word. You mentioned chili and they would laugh at you.
Yeah. We didn't have chilies on our, there was no spicy meals when I was growing up. You just started out with one variety?
Yeah, we started out with the one variety, which is your common green cayenne. So we started off, this is a green cayenne, and in 2 weeks' time that will go red.
So all chilies are green?
All chilies are green, and then they turn to their colour, either red or yellow or orange or whatever, but they all start off with green. And then as they go red, the sugars develop and they get more taste profile and the moisture reduces, so you get a sweeter type of product.
All right.
And this is the cayenne. This is typical. This has been around for years and years, and this is your general family chili that everyone eats because it's just a mild chili, but it gives you flavour. People get confused. Chili is not about heat. It's about flavour and heat.
Yeah.
And it gives you that nice aftertaste and afterburner, and away you go. And most of the heat is inside around the seed, around what we call the placenta or the cavity inside. So if you was to scrape that out gently, that'll just be flesh.
So that myth is true.
It is true.
If you take the seeds out, you'll get a milder.
Yes, you'll get a milder chili. So if you had a very sharp knife and cut the seed and the core away, that'll be just like eating a capsicum. So yeah, and all the different varieties have different heat ratings, and then also capsaicin, which is the active that creates heat, is developed by sunlight. So the more hours of sunlight, the more capsaicin in there and the hotter the chili. So
I'm guessing Bundaberg's a pretty good place for sunshine.
Yeah.
Growing chilies.
It's a beautiful place.
How long does it take for you to plant your chili trees till we're harvesting and getting them off to the retailers?
Yep, so about 6 months from the time you put the seed in the nursery to the time that we pick them.
Oh, right. And do the plants stay? Do they just keep reproducing?
No.
You've got to do new plants?
We harvest probably 3 times, 4 times, and then we take them out, put in a cover crop, rebuild the soil, condition up, and with soil health program, and then we go back again a year later.
There'd be plenty of technology involved in running this operation as well.
Courtney, technology is a part where most agribusinesses need to go now. So we have a lot of equipment in the field now that monitors soil moisture, monitors sap flow, monitors nutrition, activates the pumps, turns them off. We also use a lot of biology in the soil, and that tends to get all those little microbes that we're standing on now. We might be standing on 100,000 microbes, and they're making the soil healthy. With that healthy soil, you as a chef, you get healthy food, and people then get healthy bodies, and who needs hospitals?
Yeah, food is medicine.
Food is medicine, yes.
You eat healthy, you eat the right things.
Yeah.
And I guess we're relying on farmers to do the right thing with farming, so we're eating the right stuff.
It starts with the soil, it starts with us, and then you guys got to sell the message and treat it with respect, don't overcook it, and then all the nutrient balance still stays good.
Can you tell us a bit about how you've created such an oasis of chilies here? Like, how did that come about?
Well, when I say to people who are going to start off a business, I say work on double the budget and double the time to get to market, because that's exactly what happens. And so we thought we were going to get to market much earlier with this product, and obviously when I used to go to trade shows and exhibit my aseptic chili puree, they used to laugh at me and say, Australia supplying chilies in Asia? Go away, you're a fool. So anyway, we ran out of money, and then Rabobank come to our saviour. They supported us. And the beauty about Rabobank, it was all about supporting agribusinesses, and that's what we were. We had a marketing plan, a business plan, and we needed a partner, and partner was Rabobank. Yeah, they were fantastic.
David, it's been truly inspiring being out here on the farm. There's nothing like getting to the source and finding where our fruit and veg comes from. So thank you so much for showing us around.
It was a pleasure, Courtney, because I love it too, because through your show, we can educate people how to eat chilli. And it's not about having the hottest butt-kicking chilli, it's about a great experience, so you're most welcome.
Do you reckon you could rustle me up a couple of chilies to go and cook something back in the shed?
Oh, I got something for you to cook with. Watch this space. Let's go.
Now, David, you're undisputedly the king of growing chilies. I don't quite know if I'm the queen of cooking with them, but I really do love chilies. So we're going to make a spicy fish larb.
Beautiful.
How do you like the sound of that?
Fantastic.
So Thai salad. It's normally done with mince. We're going to use some beautiful fish. You said the reef's not far from here.
Only 50 clicks.
50 clicks. You like a bit of fish, I'm imagining.
Beautiful.
You probably used to have lobster, but you got to downgrade to for some fish for this recipe. So, Dave, to kick off, we've got some beautiful local snapper.
Yep.
And all I'm going to do is coat that in some rice flour.
Oh.
So rice flour does two things. Keeps it gluten-free. But a traditional larb salad has that roasted and crushed rice on the top.
Okay.
And the idea of that with a Thai salad is that the roasted rice kind of soaks up a lot of that sweet, spicy, sour dressing.
Oh.
So rather than roasting the rice, we're going to make the fish do two jobs. Give us that kind of soaking agent on the outside, and it gives us a bit of crispiness as well.
Beautiful.
Then season with some sea salt, and that's all I'm doing to the fish. You would know, fresh ingredients.
Always the best.
Don't play with it too much.
Exactly.
And then just simply going to dust that flour. It's just enough to give us crispiness and a bit of soaking in the salad. Touch of extra virgin olive oil in a hot pan. And then just like that, we're going to pop in this seasoned fish, floured fish, and get that nice and crispy.
Beautiful.
Very easy, nothing difficult. So that'll take a couple of minutes each side.
Yep. Yes.
So while our fish is cooking, we're going to get onto our dressing. I'm going to kick off the dressing with a couple of these bird's eye chilies. So we're going to get this spicy party started.
Yep.
Why are these called bird's eyes?
I do not know.
You don't know?
I really don't know. It's something that started and stuck. I really don't know.
I found one thing that he doesn't know about chilies. I did not think that was going to happen today. I thought you were going to have some amazing story about some bird pollinated something and...
I could make it up, but then you catch me out, so I better shut up.
Yeah. So these are obviously a little bit spicier than the longer chilies.
They are. They've got a little bit more heat than your standard cayennes and others, yep.
So nice and fine. And I'm going to pop them into a bowl for our dressing.
Roger.
So, quick look at our fish.
Yep.
I love fish. It's great for quick and healthy dinners at home. It's really fast cooking.
Yes.
And that's what we want. Crispiness. That rice flour is giving us crispiness and a bit of protection on the fish. So we'll turn that over. And I reckon I'll turn the heat off. So fish it can just cook in the residual heat
Delicate,
there.
yes.
It's nice and delicate, a bit like you. So we'll just let that do its thing there.
Okay.
So with a Thai dressing, we want heat, which we've got from chilies.
Yep.
We need to balance that up with some sweet and some sour and some salty. So really traditional ingredients. Brown sugar.
Yep. From
Can you-
Bundaberg.
From Bundaberg, I dare say. So brown sugar can go in. Our saltiness is fish sauce. And Dave, I'm just going to get you to use a spoon and just give that a mix, and we want to dissolve all of the sugar in that fish sauce.
Roger.
Looking perfect. And we're going to use a lime for our sour. And we want a good whack of lime. So if you want to keep stirring.
Yep.
And it's as simple as that for a really lovely dressing that's got heat, but also balanced with those other flavours as well. Done. Simple as that. Dressing done, fish is resting. Now for me, we're on the chilli farm and we really want to use the chilies in this recipe.
Yep.
And Thai cooking, they're not afraid of bringing the heat. So we want a couple of the long chilies. So you were calling these cayenne chilies, is that right?
Yep, that's right. This is the most common chili that everyone knows, and they're a good all-rounder. They're not too hot, not too mild, and yeah, it adds flavour.
Biggest seller.
Yeah,
Your biggest seller.
One thing about chilies, it's not about the heat, it's about the flavour as well. And each one of these have different unique flavour profiles, so you got to sort of match it to what you're trying to get out of it.
Yeah, well, if we're doing Mexican, I'd use the green jalapenos.
Yeah.
You know, if I was making a hot sauce, something that I wanted to taste that sweetness, I'd use the habaneros.
Correct, yeah.
Most of my Asian recipes, these smaller ones. What about these green ones? Are these kind of an
these are
all-purpose
like
as
in
well?
a green Thai curry, something like that.
Yeah.
So again, a little bit different. But Courtney, have you had much to do with these? These are poblano.
Poblanos.
Yeah, and they have a very smoky, barbecuey flavour profile.
I've seen them in at Coles, and I'm presuming they're sweet like a capsicum.
They are, and they just a hint of heat, not too much. You sliver them real tight, and you barbecue them, and then you put a bit of olive oil with them, as you have here, and then you put them on top of the steak, on top of anything.
Delicious.
And they'll sit in your fridge, roasted, and they've got that blackened flavour profile.
Yeah, but I think, as you said, it's not about just heat. It's about sweetness and smokiness and...
Yes.
So I'm taking note from your little trick, telling me that all of the heat is in this
Correct.
membrane and the seeds.
Yes.
So I don't want the salad to just be hot. I want to actually use the chilies as a salad ingredient.
Yes.
So I'm going to use a spoon just to scrape out the seeds in the membrane, just so we get the sweetness of the chili. So what else do you grow? You've seen some other little plants over here. You've obviously got all the chili varieties.
Yeah, so we grow herbs as well. We grow a range of herbs like lemongrass and basil and a few other things, but also grow avocados. So
you're a smart man all them years ago to know that chilies and avocados were going to become so popular.
Yes, exactly.
All right, that is our chili julienne matchstick, however you want to call it.
Simple.
And it's, I think, like chilies are a bold flavour, and we want some other bold flavours to go with that.
Right.
So we've got some raw eschalots. So this is those small sweet red onions, and I've just sliced them up.
Yep.
And David, I might get you to just pick, this is mint.
Yep.
I just want you to pick the leaves in straight into our little mixing bowl here.
I'll do that.
Pop in our chilies. And I've also got some coriander, and I'm just going to really roughly chop the coriander up. So beautiful fresh herbs. It's what it's all about.
You can smell it.
Okay, so that's the basis of our salad. So it's not a typical Aussie salad, no iceberg lettuce. It's based on flavour.
Cheeky salad.
Bowl of cheeky salad.
There you go.
So that's the kind of our herbs and everything done. Our fish. So I like to leave the fish in there. It actually is resting while we're kind of cooking the rest of the salad. And a larb usually means it's cooked with mince or anything that's chopped up, often offal. And I think larb loosely translates to like prosperity. So I don't think in Thai cooking, a lot of the homes don't use a lot of meat. So if you're cooking with meat, it's quite a prosperous thing. So I think this is where this comes from. So rather than mincing the fish, I like to cook it whole and then just kind of break it up. So we're still getting that flakes of fish.
Yep.
Still getting our prosperity.
Yep.
I feel very prosperous near you. Smart man. Okay, that's our fish shredded, larbed, however you want to say it. All we're going to do is pop this in here. So fish goes in with all of our beautiful
goodies,
herbs, chilies, everything else. Dressing. I'm going to spoon a couple of spoons of the dressing on there.
No worries.
And I'll give this a gentle toss just while you're doing that. Look at that, beautiful colours, textures, heat, spice. All you need to do is pop that onto a serving plate.
Yep.
Giving the fish that, few minutes to rest just means it doesn't kind of wilt all the herbs as soon as it goes in. Beautiful. Simple, quick. I like some extra lime. And do you want to just put a handful of cashews over the top? Just a couple. Couple of lime wedges to finish. The idea is plonk this down the table, lettuce leaf, let everyone help themselves. Bit of rice if you want, or noodles.
Yep.
And that's it. It's a fun dish. It's a spicy dish. I think that's what chillies is all about.
Exactly.
You know, fun cooking, exciting cooking. So that is our spicy fish larb done here on the Austchilli farm. Thank you, David, so much for showing us around. It's been a great day. I've learned everything about chillies, and I think I've made a new friend in you.
Courtney, it was a pleasure to have you, and to see beautiful ingredients put in with a lot of care and attention, and it's good for you. So we're just as passionate as what you are, and we keep growing because we love to see that passion in you in cooking and showing people how to do it.
I think we make a good team.